Okay, and finally we come to the end of things. This is a fun looking board. We've got a lot of good potential at the $3 level, um, but there's no plus buys, so the only way we're going to get extra cards to use is going to be through Remake. However, Remake is often very good at doing that, especially in the early game. So I think I'm going to open Scheme Remake. It's usually a pretty strong open, as you can open Scheme to use on the Remake early and then transition the Scheme to engine components later in the game. And here, absolutely beautiful draw. Scheme Remake and 2 Estates. I don't think I could actually ask for a better draw than that. He also gets his Remake with 2 Estates, so we both had very good luck. Probably about the best luck you can hope for here. And so, I'm thinking at this point, Menagerie, once I can get rid of the rest of these coppers, is going to be pretty handy to have. And I guess I can get up to 8, not with too much difficulty. Copper, silver, gold, and merchant ship gives me 8. So if I can thin my deck, I can really start playing some menageries and some warehouses to just draw my deck every turn and get this little mini engine going pretty quickly. And also the presence of Haven here helps immensely with setting this game up, because on my remake turns I still have something to do with my 2 leftover copper. So I'm going to play a scheme here, and I've got 6. I'll just put 1 away, so I use my 5, I might as well get a merchant ship. Put the scheme back on top. Yep, so I'm going to look to get a gold at some point, and a couple, maybe another menagerie, maybe another warehouse. And then using the havens and the scheme, I can probably set this up to be pretty consistently firing in a couple turns, where I'm getting provinces pretty consistently. He grabs a smugglers, so without any action multipliers, I can see that being a little difficult to pull off, because you're gonna have such a thin deck anyway, and so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. But he might get an extra card or 2 out of it. But I can imagine the smugglers being great in the long run here. So, yep, so at this point it's looking to just play a couple of remakes if I can to thin out the last couple of coppers, and pick up a gold at some point soon, and then just start buying provinces. And so normally a menagerie-based deck like this starts stalling once you get a few provinces in it, but the warehouse should really help me keep that from happening. And so he does go ahead and smuggle menagerie from me, and buys a 2nd silver. Alright, get rid of some of these coppers, outplay my menagerie to draw my hand. Oh, play this menagerie here for more cards. Might as well play my scheme. And I'm going to get rid of the merchant ship so I can trash my last 2 coppers here. I've got 4. Let's see, another menagerie, another warehouse. Probably the warehouse is a little stronger here. With such a thin deck, I should get around to my menageries faster, and I don't want to have a bad draw where I can't actually get the +3 cards from it. So the warehouse should help sift that a little faster. So hopefully this turn I should have enough money to just buy the gold, and that'll give me 8, and so then I can start buying provinces next turn. And he goes ahead and trashes... and gets some caravans. So, we'll see how that works out. I don't need the remake here. I need to play the merchant ship for money. And click, 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 click. No? Alright, there it goes. Play the menagerie. I can go ahead and haven this warehouse so I can make sure I draw it next turn, and I can go ahead and buy my gold. And from here on out, I should be getting provinces. So I think I'm looking pretty good at this point, I would say. So he looks like he's a turn behind me. So hopefully I can get province every turn from here on out and use that to win. And he'll buy his gold. Okay. Yep, so he has all the money he needs. And I can start. So, interesting here. I'm going to remake a copper and then turn that other haven into another menagerie to keep my engine up. I still have enough money to keep this going. Might as well put a menagerie back on top of my deck. And so I can trigger it there. And keep buying provinces. Shouldn't be a problem. I think my deck is very consistent at this point with the menageries and warehouses and very few duplicate cards. Even as I start gaining some duplicate provinces, I don't think there should be too much of a problem keeping up my province pace here. So he's got a similar engine going, except he's getting some draws out of caravans instead of menageries. And he'll smuggle to grab another, or he'll remake his smugglers into a caravan, and his menagerie into a caravan. Alright, so he's definitely going hard for the caravans, and he follows me with that province. Oh, at this point I don't really need remakes anymore. They're not doing much for me. Menageries to draw. I can just keep drawing cards without too much of a problem. And go ahead and haven. Let's set that warehouse aside for next turn because I don't need it now. Play the merchant ship. There's another province. I already have a warehouse set aside, so I'll put the menagerie back on top. And I draw 2 provinces, but because I'll get that warehouse back, it's not going to be a problem with collisions. And he buys, yeah, so he buys another one too. So his deck is very thin as well. So I don't think he's quite drawing his entire deck. So hopefully he misses a province buy in here somewhere, which should very likely give me the game. So we'll see. I'll put a warehouse back on top. So we are tied at this, or if he grabs his province here, we're tied. So he has first turn, so if I buy the penultimate province, yes, he does buy a province here. So if I buy the penultimate province, he'll need a province and to win. So I guess he can remake to the duchy, but I mean, we'll see how likely that is. I'm not sure. I think I need to buy this province though, and just return that to the top. Though he did just pick up 5 extra cards this turn, so actually maybe that wasn't the best idea to do that because he has a good chance of drawing his deck, and I think if he draws his deck he'll have enough to win this game. So cross fingers, don't buy province and duchy. Alright, so he'll need his 8 coins, and he'll need to play a remake, so he'll need the remake with a caravan, and he only has 1 left. Oh, there it is. Oh no, he gets the duchy, and that does it. Well, it was a good game. It was a very quick game. 12 turns for me, 4 provinces, 13 turns for him, 4 provinces, and a duchy. Likely that game came down to first turn advantage. I think we both built pretty efficient decks that just really powered through there, though we were also both very fortunate to draw remake with 2 estates on turn 3. So Certainly some good luck, I think, for both of us in that game. And he just edged me out at the very end there, but very close game and actually a very fun game. I like that one. So thank you, Kirian, for playing this set with me, and good luck in the future of the tournament.